So the 10 of fire, there is, even after the 9, um, there's a quality of a kind of even more acute, deep, long-term fire body damage that can happen. Suppression, this guy is all tied up in knots, and it looks like a pressure cooker. It looks like something is being, I think of the Instant Pot. I guess if you like a pressure cooker, if you are not careful, that sort of situation can actually explode. And in fact, this is one of the only cards in the deck, at least in the write-up, that has a kind of like a warning that goes with it. And I definitely don't ever want to curse anyone, speak something like, oh, something bad is going to happen to you. I don't say that. But when it comes out, it is a mercy and a true thing to be able to hold space for someone who's maybe been pushing down and pushing down something that, their own life force that wanted to come out, that wanted to be expressed, a gift that they want to give, for a very long time. And there is a thing where if we don't if for some reason the mechanism in the mind or whatever is happening, habits, patterns, and for a very long time we don't do what our heart or our soul level being is destined to do or meant to do, whatever that looks like. I'm not saying everyone has a very specific, external version of that. Like, oh, you're meant to be a doctor and you never were a doctor. It's like you're meant to express divine beauty and life and, whatever, like looking at children, you see how bright they are. We all have that. We're meant to express that beauty. And so when we don't do that, and if we don't do that for a very, very, very long time, and we're suppressing that life force, there can be this mechanism where the split in the mind is so acute that unconsciously our soul or our heart may allow something that looks like a big accident, or that looks like, oh, I lost my job. How did I get fired? Like, why did this happen? Or, oh, I got into that car accident or whatever, and I had to reevaluate. I got cancer, something big. Those kinds of moments are the reevaluation opportunity to pick up the pieces and say, how did I get here? How long has it been that I've been ignoring, not listening to my own source, to the life force that's within me that wanted to do X, Y, and Z, and maybe I've been suppressing that for a very long time. So sometimes when something like that happens, I think it's actually a merciful, in the big scheme of things, because, for whatever reason, an individual might not be able or willing to let that passion, that life force, that purpose out in a good way that's gentle and slow and consistently working towards, building that source and fire towards their real heart's gift in the world, then it's actually merciful because of a soul level, because of, you get a new lease on life, you get another chance. That accident happens, something happens. It seems absolutely horrible, but I would, and I can't say in every instance, but there may be moments when it is actually better for the ultimate integration of the soul, for that disastrous, difficult, challenging, explosive event to have happened. So that's the kind of warning that comes with the suppression card. When this comes out, someone needs a lot of empathy. They've been shoving something down. It can, and I'm also talking about the like bigger manifestation. It can also come out in moments, smaller moments where it's just like, oh, I've been suppressing that, you know, thing that I've been wanting to do, or yeah, like think of some smaller scenarios. But a lot of times it's cumulative. It's like you were little, you really love to be like loud and dramatic and fun. And one day some adult was like, be quiet, don't do that. You know, something happened and they got really intense. And then children, you know, we internalize this. And then there's always that like tick or whatever, like, oh, I need to be quiet. I'm too loud. I'm too much. So that suppression can happen. And this is all a spectrum for everyone. It looks maybe a little bit different, how it actually manifests in our lives. But this is our fire. This is our passion. And this is what needs to happen for the whole world. If everyone were really listening to their source, listening, cultivating, deeply connecting to their own inner fire, what really turns them on, what really makes them feel passionate and alive and real and, you know, true, and not that conceptual way, but just like, like this stokes my life force energy, in a really deep way that's connected to my heart. It's not like, oh, I feel alive because I'm making money. I don't, you know, like there's something kind of like empty about that kind of fire. It's not whole. This kind of, the fire that I'm talking about comes from a deep heart gift. It's life itself. It's, you know, the kind of fire from the sun that runs all things, that rules and animates real creativity, real passion, real spark, that keeps your body, you know, fit and healthy and feeling alive and fun. It's not from the outside, some external objects in. It's when we are the source. We are that creative fire. We're expressing it. We're doing it. We're contributing what our own passion says that we must do and give. So here we are at the 10 of fire. We'll get to the face cards next. There will be 4 of those. So we'll see you in the next card.